money. Generally, a release of earnest money is going to be accompanied by either a buyer termination agreement or a seller terminating the agreement. Either way, the release of earnest money is the form that's going to be utilized to actually release the earnest money. So let's go ahead and read it. Release of earnest money between the undersigned buyer and seller concerning the property at, and here is where you're going to put the address, the full address of the property that we're referring to. Notice, this form provides for the release of the parties, the broker and the title company from all liability under the contract, not just for disbursement of earnest money. Do not sign this form if it's not your intention to release all the persons signing in this from liability under this contract. Read this release very carefully. If you do not understand the effects of this release, consult your attorney before signing. The undersigned buyer and seller releases each other and the buyer and the broker, title company, and escrow agents from any and all liability under the aforementioned contract. The undersigned direct, you're going to put the undersigned direct, you're going to put the title company here, the name of the title company, not Susan that works at the title company. I know it says escrow agent, but when they say that, they mean the name of the title company. Like if it's patent title, you will put patent title. Got it? Must spell it right. Kingwood, whatever. But put the name of the title company, guys. So like, I think I put it. Name of title company. To distribute the earnest money as following. And it's depending on what you guys agree to. Like say, for example, if they're just wanting their earnest money back, you could say $2,000. Maybe the earnest money was $2,000 too, and you put the names of the party, like names of buyers. If it's James, it's James Johnson. You know what I mean? Like that. And then you'll have your buyers' signatures go in there, and you would put their address. It'd be the address of the clients. That way, if they do send the money and they have to mail it out, they have a mailing address. And this is other occupant broker. So this is the sales. Pretty much this is the buyer's agent's brokerage firm. Like say, for example, if James was my client, I would put first class. Buyer's agent right there. I would be the one to sign there. And you put the address of the brokerage firm, which is 250 Passaic. I can't remember. Yeah, it's at the bottom right there. Passaic Street, Suite. And you put the seller's information there. I mean, you send this over, get the seller's information. You could at least put the listing brokerage name. You know the name of the brokerage. Put the this is where the listing broker, the listing agent will sign. And the address to their brokerage firm would go here. And that would finalize this particular document. But you need everybody to sign it. Once everybody signs it, you give everybody in the party a copy. Everybody in the party is the buyers, the seller's agent, the title company, the lender, everybody in the party, okay? If you have any other questions about this, please let me know. Let me talk to you a little bit too. It's not uncommon where I've heard they were like, oh, well, I'll split it with you. Whatever they agree to is what they agree to. You just put it down here and let it go. I've even seen it where maybe, I don't know, they found out that the seller could not adequately sell the property. Like maybe it wasn't in the seller's name all the way, or there was something funky with the title that the seller could not get cleared up. And the seller was nice enough to, you know what, hey, I'll reimburse you back your money you spent on inspector. So it'd be like, oh, well, instead of that, they're going to give her, instead of $2,000 for that, they're going to give $2,000, $2,200, because it's $200 for the inspector. I don't know. The release plus whatever money this is, wherever it goes, whatever they agree to is what you put in here, and you direct the money where it needs to go. But there you go. Again, I'm not an attorney. I only follow the instructions, and neither are you. So you will just follow the instructions as your buyer would request or seller would request in regards to this, and send it over and see what happens, and try to negotiate it where you guys can come to a settlement and get this thing taken care of and on to the next deal. All right. If you have any questions about release of earnest money, please let me know. Thanks.